Welcome to the show, folks. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. As you know, this is Jiru. I have some real talk today for you guys by Malcolm X. You guys know Malcolm X is a black Republican, a white person, an Arab person. They would act exactly the way Malcolm X acted if they were oppressed. Let's see what Malcolm X says on liberals controlling black America.
There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox, and a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to, but the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend.
There are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro.
On the other hand, I think one could point to a large number of whites who have struggled for civil rights, for equality, and have got little or nothing out of it, other than quite a few bruises.
Give me an example.
Well, the large number of white students who have gone into the South, for example, working for SNCC and other organizations.
Not working for SNCC or other organizations, but working for the white political machines who benefit by the voting efforts of Negroes.
Okay. Today, you could point to a large number of Negro leaders who have consistently betrayed Negroes in a whole host of areas.
They aren't really Negro leaders. These are puppets that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. These are parrots that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. You can't name me a Negro leader who has betrayed Negroes, who has not been endorsed, sanctioned, subsidized, and supported by the white liberals.
Wow. Malcolm X is on point. He is really on point. How the white liberals, still today, they're controlling black America. You all saw what happened when George Floyd died and the protests that followed, which direction that protest shifted. But what Malcolm X said here highlights this notion how the liberals, the liberal Democrats of America, they hide behind the disguise of kindness. They hide behind this kindness, and the liberals pimp us, pimp us, pimp us. During the election times, the liberals will elevate black people. On November 30th, they start throwing us under the bus. They start throwing us off the ride. Like this. That's crazy. Folks, 2020. Do not vote for those puppet liberal candidates like Ilhan Omar. Don't vote for people like that who runs identity politics on us and do nothing for us.
The first woman of color to represent our state in Congress.
For the real black Republicans that would do a real meaningful difference for us. They're not same old liberal stuff. They just hide behind the kindness and then they screw us. Folks, 2020, vote. Vote strong, vote conservative, vote for freedom. For a real opportunity for you to work hard and take on what you worked hard for. 2020, folks, we gotta vote right. Trump gotta get 4 more years. And all weak political identity politicians, they all gotta go. Vote all of them out. The squad, vote all 4 of them out. Nancy Pelosi, vote her out. Maxine Waters, vote her out. All these liberal politicians like Joe Biden, the one that sat there for 30 years plus, Joe sat for 47, vote all of them out. We need real leaders, folks. We need real leaders. Vote all these puppet, their bank account growing, liberal politicians who all tell us, I was broke, they get into the government, they all become millionaires. Get rid of these people. Vote them out. I appreciate it for looking back at what Malcolm X have said. Still, what Malcolm X have said is hurting us. So don't vote liberal. Vote conservative. Black people, minorities worldwide. I speak for minorities worldwide. That's the theme of my show. Speaking for minorities worldwide. Let's go for real freedom, minorities. Let's go for real freedom. The government is the problem. Let's vote for smaller government everywhere we are around the world. Third world, look for a small government. Third world, your government is oppressive. When we come to America, we should vote for a small government. So as an individual, you can be bigger. The bigger the government, the smaller that you are. Let's fix America. Let's fix the world for better. Let's not make the entire population dependent on bunch of crooked people who get into government and get themselves rich. So I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning to my show. Like, share, subscribe. Let's have a dialogue. I appreciate it. Peace.